Hey, what's going on? My name is Justin Glover, and in this short video, I'm going to be sharing with you one of the most important secrets to exponentially growing your live business, or quite frankly, any network marketing business for that matter. And that's the topic of this video. So if you embrace what I actually share in this video, you're going to be well on your way to growing a wildly successful business for yourself. And so also, if you enjoy what you hear in this video, if you get value, if you like the contents of this video, then I invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out some of the other videos that we have here like this. Give it a thumbs up, as well as see any of the resources that I provide down in the description. All right, there's a lot more good content where this comes from. So that being said, let's get into it and share with you how to actually grow your live business. So if you're going to be involved with live at all, or with any network marketing company, to be honest, if you're going to be involved, then I think it's important that you decide to do it in a professional manner. All right. Go Pro, as one of the top network marketing trainers and a good friend of mine, a guy named Eric Worre, that's what he calls it. Go Pro. He's written a book about it. It's a great book. He's a great friend, and there's some really good stuff in there. So a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is kind of coming from things that I've learned from Eric, and that's the way that he actually phrases it, as Go Pro. And I love that terminology because it's so easy to kind of see the difference in how people approach it. Because at the end of the day, the secret is very simple. It's the approach you take and the decision that you make to actually take that approach. All right, it's a little bit of a mouthful, so let me just break it down and I'll share what I mean. There are essentially three categories of people that get involved with either Live or any other network marketing company, regardless of the company. All right, I've seen all three categories. I myself have been in all three of these categories that I'm going to share. So don't think that I'm pointing fingers or anything. I only know that these three categories exist because number one, I have been all of them. And then number two, as I've graduated from one category to the next and kind of look back, I see others that fall into that same category. And so I've started teaching and all of that. So the three categories, all right. Category number one are the posers. This is a funny word to me. I used to do a bunch of like skateboarding and inline skating. I don't know if I want to say that out loud, but I used to do a lot of professional skating or semi-professional skating, had sponsors and things like that on rollerblades when that was really big. And we had this group, like there were the people, like whenever I was growing up, and it was kind of a petty thing to say, but like there were people that, you know, you were either a true skater or you were a poser, somebody that just dressed like and talked like and walked like and had the skates but couldn't skate, like couldn't actually do it because they didn't practice and because they didn't, you know, put in the time and the work to get the skills. They just looked the part. All right, so that's what a poser is. Same thing in network marketing or with Live. There's posers. That's the first category. How do you know if you're a poser? What does a poser actually look like? Well, posers treat their business like it's a lottery ticket. Just like if they were to walk into a gas station, buy a lottery ticket, do a scratch off and hope they win. Whenever I first started out, I was absolutely a poser in business. I joined because I thought by doing so, money was going to magically start raining from the heavens into my bank account. That's kind of what I thought, to be honest. Why? Well, because I was new and the guy that sold me on the opportunity was damn good. And that's what he made me feel like whenever he sold me. And so that's what I went into it as. And that's what I thought for a long time. And so that's kind of a sign of, you know, being in that poser category. Lucky for me, I did experience just enough results while I was in that category. I had, you know, enough passion or drive or something that I talked to just enough people that I had just enough results in a short period of time. Hang on, I got pop-ups coming over here. That's distracting. All right, so I took just enough results in that short period of time to keep me from quitting. All right, I didn't actually get to the point where I threw in the towel, and that's where a lot of people get to. But it became very obvious to me pretty quickly and early on in the game that if I were to stay in this category, like if I didn't actually learn the skills and get out of the just pretending. Like money wasn't showing up. It wasn't raining from the heavens like I thought. And so I learned really quick that in order for me to, if I wanted to hang around in that category and just be the poser for the rest of the time, that wasn't going to be the best way to get the things that I actually wanted and have the success that I wanted. All right. So myself, I started in this category. Eric Worre, who's one of the best network marketers out there, is one of the top trainers in the industry out there. He also started in this category. I know many, many people that have started in this category. Not everybody, not 100% of people do, but a lot do, for different reasons. Now, it took him about 90 days to kind of go to recognize I'm in this category exists, and I should probably get out of this category. It took him about 90 days. It took me about the same amount of time, about 90 days or so, before I started realizing, you know what, there's more to it than just buying the product and consuming and learning. For me, my pivotal moment when I actually was in front of face to face with a mentor. I had been in it for 3 months, and I had paid for a session. I just told him everything that I wanted to do. And he said, look, you know exactly what to do. Are you actually going to do anything over these next 90 days? Or are you just going to do the same thing you've done for the last 90 days and just continue to consume? And it was a very big slap to my face, and it woke me up, and it got me to realize, wow, if I don't change something, if I don't start at least taking some action or thinking differently, and I remain in this category, then I'm not ever going to get the results. So if you're in that poser category, it's okay. Just recognize it, be aware of it, and then graduate to the next category. All right, graduate on up. And so what is that next category? The next category is amateurs. All right, you got posers, and then you got the amateurs. And amateurs, they're a little bit better. They think about and focus on different things. All right. So what do amateurs focus on? Well, the first thing they focus on is luck. Luck is one of the main ones that they actually focus on. They sit around all day, every day, really just hoping to get lucky and to sign that, that monster distributor that's gonna change their life. It's gonna go out and explode their business, bring on thousands of new people, and make them rich in the process. Right? That's kind of the luck, and we've all heard stories about that. That's kind of the bad. The difficult part is those type of stories exist. They actually do. I've heard stories. You've probably heard stories like that. But honestly, it's few and far between. That's not the way to actually go about this profession, this business. Those stories are so few and far between, but it's just enough that it keeps people hanging around on the hope and the idea that all I got to do is get lucky. If I could just get lucky, if I just get this one person, if I could just get, Eric or Ray, or if I just get this one person, right, then everything changes. That is the wrong thing to focus on. All right. The second thing that amateurs focus on is timing. Things that have to do with timing. Did I get in? And they're asking questions like, did I get in early enough? Can I actually be, the top, the youngest person that's the highest earner in the company? How many leaders are there in this market? How many people are in this market? Are there too many to compete with? Are there not enough to even get momentum? How big is the company? How small is the company? Is it too big? Is it growing too fast? Is there things like that? Is it too small? Not enough to actually get momentum? Did I miss the growth curve? Am I too early? Too late? All of these questions are questions of timing. Did I? Is it? And they're all amateur thinking. All right. These are things that amateurs focus on and think about. So what is the third thing that amateurs focus on? Well, positioning. Things that have to do with positioning. Am I in the right organization? Am I in the right place? All right. So it's kind of a big question. Am I even in the right place? Do other people have better positioning than me? Maybe I can't do it because I didn't get in when Tom or Sally did. Do I have the right upline? Do I have the wrong upline? Would I be better off somewhere else? Is this even the right company for me to focus on? Or should I focus my efforts on something else? Will my time be better spent elsewhere? So all of these questions and concerns about positioning, these are the area. This is a little box, another one of the boxes that amateurs focus on. All right. So things about positioning. As I state these and say these things off, again, ask, if you're relating to any of these questions or been asking these questions, and the purpose here is to just be aware of where you're at, which one of these three categories that you're falling into, and then graduate to the next one. All right. So then the fourth thing that amateurs actually focus on are shortcuts. Amateurs are always looking for an angle or any type of gimmick to come along and just shortcut the process. Now, me, I am an efficiency nerd. Like I try to make every area of my life as efficient and effective as possible. And so I look for shortcuts in everything. Not necessarily shortcuts, but more so like hacks. How can I do things slightly different to get the same result with less effort, less work? There's nothing wrong with that. That's a great philosophy. I live my life embracing that philosophy wholehearted. It's different than taking shortcuts and doing gimmicks and things like that. So newspaper advertising, I've ran newspaper ads. I've put signs up in the road, got signs printed. I've handed out stuff, passed flyers out at malls and baseball games and stadiums and football games, and went door to door and went in, joined the network marketing business opportunity Facebook groups on Facebook and these different platforms, and go in and I spam links in there. Like, done all of those things looking for a shortcut, thinking, you know what, this could be a potential shortcut. So yeah, those are the things that amateurs focus on. All right. So the timing, luck, positioning, and shortcuts. Those are things that you'll find amateurs focusing on. So we've talked about posers. We've talked about amateur thinking. So now let's talk about professionals. If you want to be a professional, you want to really grow your live business as fast as possible, or any network marketing business, you want to grow it as quickly as possible, you need to be a professional about it and think about it in such a way where you're serious. So I'll give you some example. If you look at the definition of professional, Wikipedia says it's a person who's paid to undertake a specialized set of tasks and complete them for a fee. That's what a professional is. That's the definition of professional. So what does it mean to be a professional in live, or a professional in network marketing? All right. That a professional in live, in my opinion, my definition, is a person who's an expert in the skills required to build a large and successful live organization. Okay. I'm going to say that again. A professional in live, which is what we're striving to be here, is someone who is an expert at the skills required to build a large and successful organization. So number one, you got to learn, what are the skills? What are the skills that I need to learn? Fortunately for you, I'm going to tell you what they are in just a few minutes. There's just a few of them. But then once you know what they are, you have to put in the time to learn and master them and practice them. Just knowing them is not enough. All right. So I've seen professional athletes come into this business, and it just blows my mind, because they'll dedicate endless hours of prepping for games and competitions. But when they join network marketing, they don't put in a day's worth of effort. When doctors come in and they've developed and dedicated, a decade or more of their life at large financial outputs, like a large expense, and years of their life to become physicians. But then they get into something like network marketing, and they won't give a month's worth of study or practice to actually become professional in the field. So that's the difference, guys. That is the difference. If you want to grow a fast business, and you have to understand that there are skills that grow the business, and you have to make the decision to get good at those skills. All right. Hopefully that's clear. The point is, if you want to grow a successful live business, then you must decide to go about it in a professional manner, as if it was truly your profession. And if you do that, then your results are going to show. If you don't do that, your results are going to show that. So what are the main skills? I've teased on them and touched on them. This video is not for me to go in depth about these skills or teach the skills. We teach them in depth in other places. You can probably find some more videos on this channel, definitely in our Maverick team training group. So what are the main skills that you need to actually learn? And there's 7 of them that I'm going to list out here. Number 1 is finding prospects. You got to know how to find prospects, find new people to talk to. That's a skill. You got to learn how to get good at that skill. All right. Because you need a never-ending stream of prospects that you can talk to. You got to know how to find prospects. All right. That's just a skill you got to learn. You want to be a professional in this industry inside of this business. Number 2 is you got to get good at the skill of inviting these prospects to understand your product or opportunity.